Hello and welcome to How's That? It's been a memorable journey for us so far, for my colleague and friend Vijay Lokpally and I. Nice to have you giving us the kind of company, the support and the encouragement. And as Vijay always keeps saying, even criticism is welcome. We hope that you will continue to do what you're doing with us and that you will enjoy this journey as much. Good morning, Vijay.
Yeah, good morning. Criticism is definitely welcome because all our career we were criticizing sports officials and sportsmen, so we should be at the receiving end also sometimes.
Criticism more than appreciation, Vijay, I have always found it useful because it tells you areas that you can improve. And let us today focus on areas that the Delhi Capitals can improve. They lost by a big margin to Kings 11 Punjab yesterday. Kings 11, of course, will be happy that they did not need a super over last night to win that game. But with someone like Shikhar Dhawan scoring 100, there has to be something seriously wrong if the other batsmen are not able to match up to Shikhar Dhawan.
Oh yes, Shikhar Dhawan was like a good old Shikhar Dhawan because you have also watched him. I have watched him bat a similar way on various grounds in Delhi. You know, he loves to dominate, and we can talk about him later again. But it's good to see Kings 11 coming back and giving a fight and creating a good race for the playoffs.
No, it must have been very hard for Anil Kumble and KL Rahul to keep the motivation up. They were with just 2 points. 4 games ago, they had just one victory, and suddenly they are now in fifth place with having beaten the three best sides in the tournament. They've beaten Royal Challengers Bangalore, they've beaten Mumbai Indians, and now they've beaten Delhi Capital. So their confidence must be on a high, and they will be hoping that complacency doesn't set in now.
I know, and it's good to see our good friend Anil Kumble smiling. I mean, the other day he turned 50, so I think belated birthday gifts for him from the team members. But Kings 11, I think now it's playing to its potential. It has a fantastic batting lineup, no doubt, and the bowlers are coming good. So here again, it's good to see the players responding to whatever Anil Kumble must have been telling them, and it's now a competitive side now.
The infusion of someone like Chris Gale in the side, Vijay, that seems to have made a difference. The batting has gone a little deeper with Rahul and Mayank Agarwal giving them consistently good start, even though that did not happen. But he made an impact. That one over against Tushar Deshpande turned the match completely Kings 11's favor.
Yeah, it did. I was listening to Shreyas Iyer, and without being harsh, he mentioned that fifth over in the power play it did impact, but he was also kind enough to have say good words for Tushar because after all he's just playing his first IPL, a very energetic boy, like he said. But when you're bowling to Gale, you are bowling to the best, one of the best T20 batsmen in the world. So good learning lessons for Tushar. And like you said, yes, Gale coming back, he's added depth. He's allowing to bat deep.
Let us watch Shreyas Iyer at the press conference speaking about Tushar Deshpande and that fifth over.
I wouldn't like to point out on anyone in the team, but if you see the fifth over of the power play, it definitely changed the momentum towards them. But other than that, we came really hard and we, took the game till the last then. To be honest, I feel he's a very, very confident lad. He does his homework pretty well. It's just that he's got hit by Chris Gale, who's been the world-class batsman throughout. So it's a great learning for him, and I feel that he'll go back to his room and definitely analyze on his mistakes, and he'll definitely come back strong. He's a very confident lad, and I believe in him.
The real question should have been, how come Tushar Deshpande was preferred over Ashwin to bowl to Chris Gale? Everybody in the world knows that Chris Gale is a sitting duck for Ashwin. And we got to see that. Ashwin came and picked up Gale's scalp the next over, Shreyas Iyer and Ricky Ponting. I'm now beginning to believe that some of the captaincy is happening from outside a little bit. The thought process is being influenced from outside. So you got to see Tushar Deshpande bowl the 5th over rather than Ashwin. And that cost Delhi Capitals the match perhaps.
It hurt Delhi's chances, no doubt. And you were right about these inputs coming from outside. Ponting and Shreyas also is into his early years of captaincy in IPL. So I was also very surprised that how come Ashwin was not pressed into service against Chris Gale.
Vijay, I have been racking my brains about it, and one of the reasons is possibly that Gale himself would have expected Ashwin to come on. And so when a batsman is mentally prepared to take on a bowler, the surprise element is gone or the shock element is gone. And Delhi Capitals perhaps would have wanted to unleash a younger fast bowler on Chris Gale and tested his reflexes. I think they came off second best yesterday. I can't think of any other reason why Ashwin was got just that 1 over late. And then after that, Delhi was playing catch up even though Chris Gale got out.
And definitely, I mean, but see, it was maybe a gamble. He must have planned something. I don't know. Otherwise, why would they make this mistake of putting a rookie bowler in front of a batsman like Gale? And Gale also, the old fox, he realized he's got a gift, and he made the most of it before Ashwin came on to bowl.
So I think also the fact that sometimes Gale tends to play himself in a little bit before he plays those big shots. But yesterday he saw an opportunity. The short pitch ball that came to him first, and Gale said, "Okay, thank you very much. Let me play like Chris Gale rather than wait for 10 or 15 deliveries, play them down the track for singles." It was a different Gale we got to see. When you compare with the earlier game, this was a very different Gale. Perhaps Delhi Capitals was surprised by Gale's intent yesterday.
Yeah, Gale kind of accelerates, when he bats, he takes a little while to explode. But here, of course, he exploded right from the beginning. And again, I am with Tushar because he was bowling against one of the finest batsmen you can come across. So I'll wait for Tushar to come back and show his mettle in the next game.
I'm sure it's a great learning experience for Tushar Deshpande. Sometimes they say that a harsh punishment like the one he got yesterday can teach a bowler a lot more than perhaps bowling 6-dot deliveries. If a batsman is showing no intent, I think Tushar will only be wiser for the experience. Vijay. I think Delhi Capitals would have sensed a chance, having sent 3 batsmen to the hut. The best batsmen from Kings XI Punjab, both KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal out. And when Chris Gale had also fallen, they should have sensed a chance. But I think Nicholas Pooran played a beauty of an innings, Vijay.
Oh, it was a typical Caribbean knock. I mean, you look at the fluency in his batting and the ease with which he gets into the position and all the shots, he makes sure that he is going to clear the boundary because he plays them very high. And even otherwise, look at his proper cricketing shots, the cover drive and the pull. He kind of I have a feeling he plays those it's predetermined shots. I mean, he's so quickly in the position to play that pull shot, and he is a treat to watch.
I think the deception that you keep talking about, Vijay, of bowler, we got to see that in his batting. He has so much time to adjust himself and get into position that he almost deceives the bowler into believing that he has been tricked. But Nicholas Pooran can hit the ball a long way. I think it is the power of timing rather than brute power that we got to see from someone like a Viv Richards, for example, in the past. But Nicholas Pooran can combine a bit of grace. His timing gives him a lot of power, and he was a treat to watch yesterday.
Yeah, you're right. It is timing only. I mean, for power, of course, these days you have these fabulous quality of bats, and the fact that Pooran loves to play his shots, so he's a natural stroke player. So that also gives him the platform, like they say, to go and express yourself on the pitch. and which he does with the and he was last night. If you see Rajaraman, he had come prepared. He knew he had to score runs, and very crucial for the team, and he did it.
I think one of the other contributions that he made, apart from his own half century, is the fact that he must have given Glenn Maxwell some kind of confidence. Maxwell has had a very poor run this season, and for him to stay at the wicket long enough to have a 69-run partnership with Pooran should have allowed Glenn Maxwell to start adjusting to the nature of the track and then start contributing to the team with the bats. He's known to be an explosive batsman. We did not get to see that, but Maxwell played himself in yesterday, showed positive intent, and perhaps want to show value for money for the team that has invested in him so much.
I think for Kumble, the biggest takeaway from yesterday's match must be Maxwell making runs and getting those runs at a very critical stage. He looked in good touch. I mean, he didn't bat like someone who has been struggling. So yeah, for Kings 11, this must be the best development from the game. Maxwell back in form.
It will be appropriate, Vijay, at this point of time, if we hear what KL Rahul has to say about Maxwell and the kind of relief that the team will be feeling when Maxwell has got a few runs.
Obviously, when 11 guys are playing, not everyone's going to have a good day on the field. It's important that the team backs the match winners, and we know what Maxwell can do on when he comes good. He gives a lot of solidity to the team, and he balances out the team really well. And he's a great team man, bats, bowls, and fields really well. So to have Maxi coming in form is a very, very good sign, and yeah, it will ease his nerves a little bit as well. And every batsman loves to hit the ball and spend some time in the middle. So he's played a lot of cricket for a long time, so he knew what he needed to do, and he was very clear as well. And yeah, I mean, really happy that he's come good today.
Let us watch the captain speak about everything coming together and allowing the side to secure 3 big victories.
Yeah, look, if all of that comes together every game, then I'll always be sitting here with a big smile. Yeah, it's important that people start, the guys who haven't really found form so far, it's important that they find their form, and yeah, things are looking good for the team. A lot of things falling in place, and the work put in behind the scenes by the boys, by the coaches, is slowly starting to show on the field, which is a great sign. And yeah, hopefully we can build from here, learn from our mistakes, and go forward with more confidence. We are at that stage in the tournament where we need to beat everybody that we face, and it's important that we take it one game at a time. And like I said, if we keep trusting our skills, if we keep trusting ourselves and the team, it doesn't matter who you're playing against. And we've seen that in T20 cricket, that the team that plays the best always wins. It's not about who's on top or who's at the bottom. So yeah, it's important that we stay hungrier and keep getting better every game.
Let us now get to Shikhar Dhawan, Vijay. I think we've kept the viewers waiting long enough. Shikhar has been in fabulous nick. 4 scores of more than 50 runs, including 2 successive centuries now. He's had to wait a long time for his first 100. One that was out of the way. He's got a second one so quickly. And it looked like he was a very different player to everyone else. The kind of freedom with which he was batting was amazing to watch. And the others were struggling to even hit the boundaries that Shikhar was getting with ease.
He likes to get going and loves to play his shots. And I got an early inkling, because when you see Shikhar stepping out to fast bowlers, which it's an indication that he is in his elements. And he was looking very good yesterday. He had his footwork was there to see, and he loves stepping out. I mean, you won't find many batsmen in today's cricket who are willing to leave the crease, not just for spinners, against fast bowlers.
He played the spinners really well, Vijay. He played that sweep shot and found so many runs of the sweep shot. I don't think anybody else has played the sweep shot as well and as productively as Shikhar Dhawan has in this tournament. And he picked up a lot of runs of that stroke. But while Shikhar Dhawan got 106, the others managed less than 60 runs. and that must hurt Delhi Capitals because it seemed like they were struggling. It seemed like they were finding it difficult to get the ball off the square, not get enough boundaries. And this was a classic example of how even batting is teamwork. You got to see teamwork on the field, bowlers and fielders come together, but you needed partnerships, and that was sorely missing from the Delhi Capitals innings.
Yeah, Delhi actually owed everything to him for whatever the total was. Otherwise, it would have been a cakewalk for Kings 11 Punjab, the way Delhi batted, not unable to come to terms with the pitch. But Shikhar, yes, I mean, he has evolved with time. And the sweep shot, let me tell you that he has worked very, very hard to perfect this shot. This is one shot he has worked on, and he's looking good now.
I think even his psychological state is amazing. For someone who was not stroking the ball really well in the earlier game, for him to play so sweetly and make things look so easy tells you how strong he is built mentally. Also, the fact that someone like Prithvi Shaw has failed in 4 successive matches now, single-digit score, must be weighing heavily on the Delhi Capital side. While they will be pleased with what Shikhar Dhawan has done and how he's batting, they will be now worried about Prithvi Shaw's sudden loss of form.
Well, Prithvi Shaw has been getting out to ambitious shots, I think. He looked in good touch in the tournament earlier, if you remember. And he's kept, Delhi must be hoping that he's kept his best runs for the forthcoming matches, so, which is good. But with Shikhar in this form, I think most of their problems at the top have been solved.
They will still need everyone else to start contributing a little bit more, get back to touch. Rishabh Pant has not been the Rishabh Pant that we know. He was back from injury, so the Delhi side was able to find the kind of balance in the middle order. But they made that one change in the bowling lineup. They got in an all-rounder Daniel Sams, and then left out one of their best fast bowlers, Anrik Noke, and that seemed to also hurt Delhi Capital. The need to experiment at this stage of the tournament, when they could have won this match and ensured themselves that they were going to be on top of the table, Delhi perhaps made a mistake in bringing about that one change in the side.
Yeah, they did miss an opportunity to seal this match and look to finish in the top 2. But I think it could be a tactical ploy, wanting to rest Nokia, because he has also he looks to be overworked. He's done exceedingly well, and they want to keep him in good energy for the matches ahead. And this was not a stage where they need to experiment. But yes, they would have learned the lesson yesterday.
Even in Nokia's absence, Rabada produced a very good spell. He picked up 2 wickets. There was another man who claimed 2 wickets in this match, and that is Mohammad Shami. Of course, he got 2 big stroke players, Marcus Stoinis and Shimron Hetmeyer in the end, but he bowled a beautiful spell, and that must be giving a lot of confidence and joy to the Indian cap, whether it is Virat Kohli or Ravi Shastri watching from the sideline. They will be very happy with how Mohammad Shami has been bowling.
Yes, in this tournament, in fact, Mohammad Shami and also Bumrah, Rajaraman, don't forget Bumrah, how he's also responded to the challenge. He's looking extremely athletic and fit. And Shami has been a fabulous bowler for India and definitely for Kings 11 Punjab. You remember the other night when he defended 5 runs in the super over? What fabulous bowling it was. So Shami, I think, has made the most of this tournament.
Look, we all know what Shami can do on a given day. He's been doing that for many years now, and I think the thing this year that's been different about him is that he's shown a lot more clarity. He's put his hand up as a senior bowler. It's important that in IPL the internationals and the players who are representing the country put their hands up, and that makes the team the environment a lot better, and the youngsters can feed off that, and obviously you start winning a lot more games. So it's great to see the way Shami's been bowling, and touchwood, he's the ball's coming out of his hand as perfectly as ever, and hopefully he can get more wickets for the team and keep bowling the way he's bowling.
At the end of the Delhi Capitals innings, there was a very poignant moment. Glenn Maxwell walking up to Shikhar Dhawan and congratulating him for a fine century. I think these are moments to cherish. These are moments to show how teams can be good to one another and how, while they remain competitive, can be clean about it. That is perhaps the reason why IPL has instituted the Fair Play Award. But fans, Vijay, I think they stump us. You would expect them to focus on the batting and the bowling and the fielding and the captaincy. But here is Swapnil Wagmare, who is asking us a question about the Fair Play Award.
IPL is the biggest cricket league played in the world, and it can be seen by the level of performance players put in on the field. They play their hearts out and give their everything on the field. However, while doing so, it has been observed that it becomes difficult for them to hold their emotions back, and in the heat of the moment, they even question the umpire decisions. So, it was seen in this year's IPL 2 as well as the previous IPL, when the captain of the team walked out in the middle of the ground. So, keeping these things in mind, what relevance does really a Fair Play Award hold in the tournament? Thank you.
Expect NSE guys to come up with such questions, they'll which make you think. And good. I mean, we saw an act yesterday. This award, probably it was instituted to ensure that at least, if nothing, you play fair and look to win this trophy, because winners and runners up will give you a lot of respect. But even if you finish last in the tournament, but you come home with the Fair Play trophy, there is much to cherish. And teams can play for honor and play it fair. And as it is, Rajaraman, IPL is known for its camaraderie, because players from all over the world come and make it one dressing room.
Let's move on now and talk about tonight's game, a high voltage contest between the Royal Challengers Bangalore and Kolkata Knight Riders. Should be a very, very good game, Vijay, considering the fact that they are fighting for that third and fourth slots.
Oh yes, you have said it, high voltage. So that brings it. I mean, obviously you'll have to be in front of your television at 7:30 sharp, because it will be action packed right from the beginning, whichever team bat first. And we are in for a treat tonight.
I'm looking forward to a contest. Hopefully the KKR spinners, and they have quite a few, and it will be interesting to see how they shape up against someone like AB de Villiers. Virat Kohli, of course, can play them really well, but AB de Villiers, if there is any slight weakness in how he bats, it is against the slower deliveries, and the spinners will fancy themselves against someone like AB de Villiers. And on that note, I'm going to take leave of you today. It has been fun talking a lot of cricket with you today.
Yes, same here, Rajaraman, and have a very good day. Winter is setting in.